We are now recording.
Ah,
All right, so I will open the Planning Commission meeting Wednesday, June 2nd, 2021 at 7:01 PM. Can I get roll call, please?
Commissioner Drott,
Here.
Commissioner Kinsley,
Here.
Commissioner Wallace,
here,
Okay. And I'll be looking to get an approval of the agenda for tonight.
I move to make a motion to approve the agenda tonight.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a first and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Okay, and any opposed? None. Next thing I'll be doing is looking for an approval of the minutes for April 7th, 2021.
I'll move approval.
And
Okay.
I will second that.
I got a first and a second. Any discussion?
No,
Okay, then all those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. We have no old business on the agenda, so we'll move to new business, which would be a review and render decision on a variance on land use application number 2021-05, which is a variance to the front yard setback for the property located at 103 North Shore on map and tax lot 19-01-14-23-09809. At this time, we would like to suspend our standard meeting to open our public hearing. So public hearing is now open at 7:04 PM. For the purpose of considering the variance, sorry, I just lost it, to application number 2021-05, a variance to the front yard setback for the property located at 103 North Shore on map and tax lot 19-01-14-23-09809. Procedure I'd like to follow tonight is as follows. Start out with our staff report, then questions from the Planning Commission, applicant presentation, public testimony, general public comments, and then applicant rebuttal. At this time, does any commission member wish to disqualify him or herself for any personal or financial interest in this matter before us tonight?
no,
Okay, does any commission member wish to report any significant ex parte or pre-hearing contacts?
no,
Does any member of the audience wish to challenge the right of any commissioner to hear this matter? Hearing none, is there any member of the audience who wishes to question the jurisdiction of this body to act on behalf of the city council in this matter? Hearing none, Oregon land use laws require that all issues be raised if the issues are to be appealed. Failure to raise the issues at this hearing may invalidate their further appeal. Will the staff please present the report?
Thanks, Lon. Jeremy, can you allow me to share my screen real quick?
you should be able to.
Okay. One second. Oh, well, it looks like I'm having some little difficulty over here, but it's not going to change the presentation.
You want to
so,
send it to me? I can pull it up for you on my end.
Yeah, well, I wonder why I don't see a share screen button.
Yeah, I put multiple participants to share simultaneously. That usually does the trick.
You know, it's fine. I can walk through it. That's fine.
Okay.
So everything is in your packet in the snap report. So if you've seen in the snap report, the property has this very large setback from the edge of the pavement. It's essentially 55 feet So what the applicant is asking for is to bring that front yard setback down from 15 feet to 3 feet so they can build their home closer to the property line. And the reason we find this variance justified is because the property has conditions or circumstances affecting its use. And that condition is essentially that forced right-of-way setback from that Lane County right-of-way, which is North Shore. If you've seen on the map where it has the 55-foot marking, the right-of-way cuts into the property line, essentially making that lot pretty small and narrow. In fact, it's only about 6,000 feet. So that's why we find that the variance to the front yard setback is justified. It's because that right-of-way cuts so largely into that property. Now, even if the variance is approved and the home is built within 3 feet of the property line, the home is still going to be about 58 feet from the edge of the pavement because it has that essentially 55-foot setback already built in. And also, another reason that we find it justified is because while it doesn't make it impossible, it makes it certainly easier to build a home on this lot. Being that the lot is so small and it's relatively narrow, the applicant, and this is a separate matter, but they want to use the alleyway for their access behind the lot. And their home is going to be relatively narrow on the lot. So allowing to build closer to the front allows the property owner to build a garage at the back of the lot and take their access from the rear of the lot. Without the variance, you could probably put a pretty small home on this lot because without the variance, you'd be looking at a 15-foot front yard setback in addition to the 55-foot setback that's already imposed. You'd be looking at a 70-foot setback. So that's why we find the variance is justified, because that right-of-way cuts so far up into that property. And that's essentially how a variance is justified, is that it has circumstances that affect the property that are not the property owner's fault. One last thing. Lane County did look at this application. They submitted comment. They had no comments. They found that the proposal will have no impact on North Shore. However, and it's a standard informational item, no drainage from the property can be directed into Lane County right-of-way, and it goes for any development that's adjacent to a Lane County right-of-way. And lastly, Jeremy did receive one comment on the proposal, and it was in favor, and that comment was forwarded to you via email yesterday. So that being said, I do find that the variance can be approved subject to the staff report and the findings contained therein. And Lon, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you. Does anybody have any for Henry?
I believe I have one.
Yeah.
The main entry onto the property is going to be from North Shore. Is that correct?
That's a good question that you bring up, Commissioner. So that property, yes, it does have access off of North Shore. However, Lane County cannot find any record of that being approved for access.
Oh.
So that's why, that's why they would rather use the rear alley to access their property. But the property can take access off North Shore. They would just have to go through that process to get permission from Lane County again. Like I said, the property owner probably never got permission to use North Shore as access. They probably just did it, and no one ever found anything until now. So that's how that came about. Because traditionally, you don't want to have your primary access off that major collector, which North Shore is that major collector.
Okay. I could see some, it could be a traffic hazard for the folks trying to pull in and out, as busy as it can get, but.
Yeah, that's why Lane County typically does not want to give that access to homes off of those kind of busy roads. So the property owner probably had an illegal access this whole time, the previous owner, when they had their manufactured home there. And not saying it won't be approved, but the Jimmy, the new owner, would have to go through that process again. And like I said, he is working with Jeremy in the city to get an alternate access route to take access behind the property via the alley.
I see that the alley is unused, and it, of course, you know, they did mention getting, applying for a variance to use the alley because as far as I know, you can't use an alleyway for a main entry or exit to your property. Am I
So-
still right on that?
So the city does allow use of an alley, and it's a separate process, which Jimmy is going through currently. We communicated with Jimmy just today and let him know what he would have to do in order to get approval for use of that alley. And it will have to go in front of city council. So that is being worked out, but it's separate from the variance tonight. If that
It's
answers your question.
a long-term, the process would be to acquire a right-of-way permit, a long-term
Yeah.
permit to use the city's right-of-way.
Okay. Okay. Well, that answers all the questions I had for now.
Oh, thank you.
Mm.
I do have one question, and that is that
Uh-huh.
the alley is not marked on any of this documentation. So if I'm looking at the picture underneath the plans, the house plans, that has all the
Oh.
red arrows on it.
Okay, let me pull that up too.
Sure.
I see that.
So I zoom in and I can see the edge of the parking lot for the post office. And then to the west of that, west of that is that road. Is that the alley that I'm seeing?
Yeah, it is.
That road bed?
There's a white, those are white car parked in the
Yep.
middle.
Yeah,
that's
right
the
there,
alley. It
Dixon's
is.
house. Okay.
Yep. And if you also look on page 1 of the staff report, it's also seen, you can kind of see it. There's a,
The line.
Grassy.
The
See
line
the
there for
line?
alley.
I see.
yeah,
the
you can see
lines
the
down.
line for the alley. Yeah.
Okay. So is the city going to require that be improved in any way, shape, or form?
That I do not know. That is what
It's
they're going,
probably-
as what he's going through right now. That
That would-
process.
That process? Okay.
Um,
Well,
yeah.
I would hate to see that. But it looks like a bunch of grass, so maybe some gravel, but that's neither here nor there. Okay. Perfect.
I believe Jimmy did volunteer to make some improvements, although I don't know the extent of those improvements. But that's, like I said, it's not really up for discussion tonight. Essentially, that's a separate
No,
matter.
that's okay. The house and
Yeah.
the variances are acceptable. I am excited to see something new happen there. It's
Oh
it
yeah,
looks
yeah,
much better than it did. So that's great.
yeah.
All right, I'm good.
Okay, thank you.
And just real quickly, just confirm, do we have any other questions for Henry?
I believe I
Oh,
do.
Oh,
okay.
go ahead.
Sorry, didn't mean to run you over there. Also too, driving past it, is the pad that's already cleared out, is that just the house only?
So
The-
there is 2 sections there. There was 2 lots. One
Okay.
of them was a single wide trailer. That's technically a different lot. And then it's the site a little bit more west of that is where the house is going to go, from where all the
That's right.
gravel is now.
Okay. So the garage has been already planned, or
The-
the pad, the cleared gravelled and everything, is that just the house part, or is that gonna include the garage?
That is the house and garage.
Oh, okay,
That's the entire site.
okay. All right, I think I'm done.
Okay.
And Jimmy, thank you for joining us. So, Lon, if you want to continue on with the hearing, and Jimmy wants to talk about it, he may.
Okay. So the next part would be, is the applicant or representative present? And I see Mr. Jimmy is. So do you wish to add anything, Jimmy, to the staff report?
No, I don't. I think it's been very thorough. Thank you, Henry. Jeremy.
Okay. All right, does the commission have any questions of the,
At this time, no.
okay? And real quick, we'll go to public testimony. Are there any other members of the audience who wish to speak in favor of this proposal? Okay, we'll just note at this time that Jeremy did receive an email that was in favor of this proposal from a neighbor around the area. Are there any members of the audience who wish to speak against the proposal? Hearing none, does the applicant have any further comments? Mr. Jimmy?
No further comments. Thank you, guys.
Okay. There's no further testimony. The public hearing is now closed at 7:17. So I'm looking to the commissioners for discussion, decision, and go from there.
I move that we recommend approval to the city council for the variance that's been put before us.
And I will second that.
I got a first and a second for the variance. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor state aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none, variance passes.
All right. Just for clarification, this won't have to go to city council. It is approved at planning commission only, unless it gets appealed, which
Okay.
the notice of decision will go out. So it'll enter that appeal period. But no, you guys have approved it. So thank you.
We're done.
Okay.
Awesome. That's great.
We're done.
All right, just real quickly, is there any other business?
No.
Okay, hearing none, look to adjourn at 7:18.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
Good
you
to see
guys.
everybody.
Everybody,
Y'all have a good night.
take care.
Thank you guys too.
Right.
Good night, Jimmy.
Bye.
Bye, Henry.
Thanks, Jimmy. Henry.
All right, take care. Bye.
Good night, Mr. Jeremy. We'll talk to you later.
All right, Lon. Appreciate
All
you,
right.
man.
Thank you.